Been our commissioner for 6 years. He's done a lot of great work, especially with the farmers. He's a friend of the farmer. Not just a friend of Palm Beach County, but the friend of the farmer. We've seen agriculture boom. We've seen farmers create lots of new jobs here in Florida and in our own county, in Western Palm Beach County. He's going to be a great governor if he is elected governor, and I think he will be. And without any further ado, I'll hand the mic over to Commissioner Adam.
Let's give him another round of applause. You know, when you're ag commissioner, you usually get invited to Lincoln Day dinners that are barbecues and skeet shoots. I get to go to Mar-a-Lago under this chairman. It's pretty cool. It's a whole different world. Thank you very much for your hard work and for the kind introduction. Thank you all for being here on a Monday morning. I think we've arrived. We've hit the big time. I've never had protesters before. This is kind of cool. I've never seen myself with a mustache. It'll take me a long time to grow that mustache. What a great setting to talk about my vision for the future of Florida. Because when people have jobs and self-sufficiency, every other problem is solvable. And when people have no work and no hope, even the smallest issue clouds our future. And from right here at this vantage point, you can see the type of economic vibrance that has come back into our state since the Great Recession because of conservative leadership. 60% of cruise passengers at some point are in Florida. Fishing. Florida is the fishing capital of the world. So the state that has the fishing capital of the world has an opportunity to build more of the boats, service more of the boats. You know what it costs to get your outboard repaired? Much less some of these sport fishing boats. But to build them, to repair them, Riviera Beach, Aubrey Brothers, Yellowfin in Sarasota, Pathfinder at Vero. Florida can bring jobs back that build things, create things, innovate things. Our ports are magnets for jobs. And agriculture in Palm Beach County is one of the top 10 ag-producing counties in the country. Napa, Sonoma, Palm Beach, they're all on the same list. Tourism, restaurants, beaches. This is what makes Florida the envy of the nation. And when we take our eye off the ball for creating jobs, then everything else goes sideways. But when we focus as a state on making Florida a haven for free enterprise, low taxes, low regulation, and the launch pad for the American dream so that people start their businesses here, grow their businesses here, and find their piece of the American dream here, everything is possible in the Sunshine State. That's what the Florida dream is all about, putting Florida first so that we're number one in job creation, number one for educating our kids, and number one for respecting the men and women who maintain law and order. In a community like this, thank you. We remember the days, you've been in Florida for very long at all, when the tragic incident with 2 German tourists cost us our whole tourism industry. Under my leadership as Commissioner of Agriculture, we've grown concealed weapons permits by 125%. We are number one in the nation for law-abiding citizens exercising their Second Amendment rights. And at the same time, crime is at a 45-year low. Do you think that there's a correlation there? We also support the men and women who serve us, protect us, and maintain law and order. Everything flows from having secure borders, secure communities, secure neighborhoods, so that we can have a low crime rate and people can thrive in safety. And that's why we support our men and women in uniform. We support men and women in the fire service and law enforcement. We support our veterans. And Florida will be the most veteran and military-friendly state in the nation with me as your governor of the great state of Florida. When you look a 360 at all of the jobs and industries that are represented by this view. Hospitality and tourism, manufacturing, logistics and transportation, cruise ships and tourism, agriculture, particularly shipping out what we produce in this most fertile ground on earth during the winter months, from our farms and ranches in Palm Beach County to feed this nation during the winter months. You look at all those jobs and what that represents. At some point along the way, I don't know when this happened, but at some point along the way, we began to stigmatize hard work, particularly hard work outside of a 4-year university degree. And I think that's crazy. I believe that middle and high schoolers have a right to know what they can earn at any of these thousands of job opportunities that are out there before they're forced into a university degree and student debt for a degree that they don't want and can't use. That's not the American way. The other day, my son came home from school and I said, "How was your day?" And he said, "It was great. We had this test and here's what it was about." And I said, "What a fascinating topic." So the next day, I'm visiting another school and I said, "I really appreciate you hosting me. I know that y'all had, a busy week with tests and all. My 5th grader was telling me about it." She said, "What did he say?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "What did he say?" I said, "Well, I asked him how his day went and he told me." And she said, "He can't tell you what's on that test. That's against the law." I said, "Really? What my 10-year-old is writing an essay about is against the law?" Yes, he cannot tell you that. Folks, even after 20 years of conservative leadership, that's still messed up, and that's going to change if I'm governor.
Amen.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's still plenty of regulations to be cut. It's still on us to keep taxes low. Look, we all know people in Palm Beach County who have fled states like New York and New Jersey, Illinois and California. My goodness, Palm Beach County Commission ought to put Bill de Blasio on the payroll. He's driving so many jobs to this county. Every day we benefit from some new financial job, some new hedge fund, some new private equity fund moving here, making the place that had been their part-time home their full-time home, and creating jobs and adding value to this economy. Why is that? Why is that? It's because those states raise taxes on their people. They invest in bloated bureaucracy instead of free enterprise and small business and capitalism. It's because they spend more than they can afford. And as a result, all of their talented people are becoming part of our talented team, and we say, "Come on, we're glad to have you. Come be a part of the Florida miracle. Let's put Florida first and keep creating jobs and keep making this the launch pad for the American dream." That's what Florida is and will always be if we have the right leadership. And that leadership begins with the governor. I believe that Floridians want, as their leader, someone who knows our state, someone who knows every corner of our state, from Riviera Beach to Clewiston, from Pahokee to Pensacola. Ours is a diverse state with small towns and global destinations. You get to see a microcosm of this right here in your home. A global destination, a global brand, world-renowned beaches, industry, tourism, manufacturing, and globally renowned agriculture. The east side, the west side. You have the best of both worlds. You have glades communities that have small, rural character. And you have metropolitan areas that attract people. People who save all year to visit. People who save for a lifetime to retire here. That's a microcosm of our state. And we need a leader who understands the differences, the nuances between what each of those sides needs to help them accomplish their dreams. A young person who grows up and graduates from Belgrade or Pahokee or from Riviera Beach shouldn't have to leave town after they graduate to be able to find a good job. Our university grads who leave FAU or FIU shouldn't have to go to Atlanta or Charlotte or Austin or Boston to find a great career. We're going to reverse that flow so that all the talented grads who want to find the most fertile ground to build their American dream will find it in Florida. That's what Florida can be. So Floridians want someone who knows our state, the diversity of our state, the importance of our state, who loves our state. As a fifth-generation Floridian, I have deep roots in our state that I'm obliged to honor. But it also means that I know the challenges that we have and how to solve those problems and how to put people together and how to treat people along the way as we move forward, one Florida, together. Not North Florida versus South Florida, not the coast versus the interior, but all of us as a state, moving forward together to build the kind of infrastructure, education, and investment in our Main Street businesses that will make us the envy not only of the nation, but of the world. We're always one election away from losing that conservative culture. That's what happened in New York and New Jersey. That's what happened in Illinois. That's what happened in California, and it's not going to happen in Florida if I'm your governor. This is what our politics can be. We began this bus journey in Bartow with 2,000 people who came out on the hottest day of the year to support someone they believe in. And we will hit our biggest cities and our smallest towns as part of a 22-stop tour, because nothing is more important than the passion of grassroots to form and create a movement to protect the gains that we have made under conservative leadership in our state and take us to the next level. You have the power, you have the passion to make this movement real. And it's an 18-month marathon where we will build and grow out this team so that every corner of our state, from the coast to the interior, from the Glades to the Panhandle, will know that Adam Putnam represents a brighter, stronger vision for our state, where people from all over the country will come here to put Florida first and make this their launch pad to find their piece of the American dream right here in the Sunshine State. That's who we are. That's what we can be. That's what we will be as your next governor. Thank you all very much. God bless you, each and every one of you. God bless you. Let's stay apart.